Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Spyderco Tenacious and figure out if it is the right EDC blade for you. Let's get into it. Before we do that though, I do ask you guys to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Really helps out the channel and I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. So, in case you guys are not familiar, what is the Spyderco Tenacious? Spyderco's been in the game for quite a few years. They make a lot of good EDC knives. This particular one is just a folder. It's got the famous Spyderco hole. You can flip that guy out. Sorry, it's a little muddy. Been doing some gardening. This guy is built out of, let me get this right, 8CR7 or 8CR13 MOV, as you can see there on the blade. Decent tool steel. I know a lot of Swedish saw blades use this in their saws. Decent. I need to double check and see what the Rockwell is when we go inside and weigh in competitive options and pricing, but overall not too bad. I picked this guy up for around $48 over on Amazon. They're running a sale. That's typically what they go for, maybe a little bit more where you can find them. Decent. It's got fiberglass reinforced nylon, I believe, or it might be the other way around, nylon reinforced fiberglass. Anyways, cool handle, nice texture right there, as you can see. Steel liners, decent pocket clip. You can move it around to four sides, up here, back here, there, and there. So what are we going to do? We're going to test this little puppy out. We're going to run through some cardboard, some cordage cutting, some zip ties, and then see if it can do just base level woodworking. Let's get in. So, cardboard. That's probably the number one thing I use my EDC knives for. So let's get into it. No issues there. A little loosey-goosey, but it can pierce really well. It's got a drop point style blade that extends beginning to end a little over 3.39 inches, or it might be 3.39 inches on the dot. Full flat grind, as you can see. Edge on there is real sharp. Haven't had any issues, and it just fillets the hell out of that, man. Look at that. Wow. Let's move on to some paracord. Every knife should be able to cut through rope, I think, so let's start with some paracord. No issues at all. Try one more, and then let's do a double loop. There we go. Just resting my thumb on that little bit of jimping that's right there at the rear of the blade. A little bit more pressure needed, but nothing too crazy. Let's see if we can't do 3 and see how it likes it. Sweet, no issues there. I think it's all about the angle of the dangle, just how you are able to get it done. So let's move on to hemp rope. And I just dropped my zip ties all over the ground. Anyways, hemp rope, good construction stuff for bushcraft shelters and whatnot. I don't expect this thing to saw through it like a fixed Scandi blade would. I almost cut myself there. Don't do that. It's biting into that, and honestly, not too much pressure needed. This is, I don't know exactly how thick this is, but it's not too bad. I think it's probably closer to an 1/8 or a 1/4 inch thick. Boom, and it cut through that not too bad. Let's put some zip ties on a stick, and I will see you guys then. Apologize about that. You guys are kind of at a weird angle. Don't really have too much flat ground out here, surprisingly enough. That flip action with that Spyderco hole, it's hard to say that fast, works pretty well. I can do it left-handed. Gonna just see that zip tie and boom, just like that. A little bit of pressure needed. And let's see if we can't cut right under the base there. Boom, sliced it right off. While we're here, I already have a basic spear point, but let's improve it. Let's see. I will say full flats are not the best to be doing this kind of stuff, but it gets the job done, that's for sure. It's biting in there pretty good. I'm resting my thumb just beyond the jimping there. Yeah, not too crazy, anything like a Mora or a Brissa, just how it would fillet that into a spear point in a matter of seconds, but it's getting the job done. Cool. Yeah, if you put in your end, it will do what you need it to do. Not too bad. I wonder if we can even make a feather stick. And actually, the edge on there is just okay enough to be able to do that. Kind of a two-hand job, but we're getting it done. Definitely not as good as a designated bushcraft knife. But, you know, you can see the idea. It'll do it if you need it to do it. Let's run inside, talk about the specs, pricing, and if it's worth it or not. So I'm gonna look at my notes here and just running some quick specs for you guys. So like I said, 3.39-inch blade. I don't know what that is in centimeters for you, my non-American friends. Drop point style blade, as we saw, no difficulties. Very good slicing, piercing, good stuff like that. 8CR13 MOV steel. Not sure if it's stainless. Correct me in the comments if it is. You've got that classic Spyderco thumb hole, which is what, you know, makes this thing so easy to deploy. I mean, I'm able to do that, and let's do it, you know, with my non-dominant hand. I mean, I love it. Not too bad. So again, you've got that fiberglass reinforced nylon handle with the stainless steel liners in there. Not too terrible. And it looks like you can replace these liners if you wanted to. It's got those keys on there. Looks like Torx heads. Not too sure, but it'll get her done. The pocket clip is pretty ingenious, how you can switch it 4 different ways depending on how you're liking to carry it. I think that's something that makes this knife pretty good for the money. Now, MSRP for this guy is between $49 and $90. Blade HQ, Amazon is right now, or I got this like 3 weeks ago, it was like $48 then. Not too terrible. You can typically find deals on them if you just search around on the internet. I'm a fan. The overall length of this guy is going to be 7.7 inches from tip to butt right there. So overall, not too bad. I wear large size gloves, and I've got plenty of real estate, a little bit sticking out back there. So it is made in China. That's probably the one detriment to this blade. Unfortunately, it's hard to find high quality, low price knives made in the US. I wish there were more. Unfortunately, there aren't. Overall, the construction feels pretty good. There is a little bit of side-to-side movement. I don't know if perhaps this Torx head came loose a little bit, but there's really no front and back movement. But I'm a fan. So again, I paid like $48 for this. What is in that price range that's comparable? Well, we did a review of this Civivi, Sendy, and Nitro V, which you guys seem to like. So Nitro V is going to be the superior steel. You've got kind of an interesting blade profile. Again, full flat, which this one did about the same in terms of, in regard to wood's work and stuff like that. This one does come with, I believe it's G10 or, yeah, I want to say G10 with red liners, stainless steel, all that good stuff. Pocket clip can only go 2 ways on this guy compared to the 4 on the Spyderco. Not too terrible though. I like each of these. I've carried this way more. I like how much edge retention Nitro V has in comparison to 8CR 13 MOV. I haven't used 8CR 13 MOV that much. I've been carrying it for a couple weeks. I've had to hone the blade once. Just threw it on ceramic rod, a few passes, and it made it razor sharp. Being able to cut paper, which I can show you. After all that stuff we just did, let's see if we can still cut paper. I mean, no complaints, right? It does the job exactly how you'd want it, and not too terrible. I'd say the only detriment to this guy is it's made in China, but you know, you can't have everything. Decent quality for the price. It's held up well. I love how ingenious this is. I mean, some places you're not allowed to have like an assisted open mechanism like that's on the Civivi here. So being able to do it manually rather quickly, like a flipping style action, no complaints. I love it. I've even used this thing for some food prep. I've cut some fruit up, cut some meat when I was cooking dinner the other night, and it does all that really well. Overall, I think it's worth it for the $48 price point. Probably around 40 is what I'd like to see this thing go for. Now, like I mentioned, it can go for up to $90. It's not worth it at that point. You can get far better knives, in my opinion, for $90. Maybe even a compact fixed blade if that's your jam. But yeah, not too bad of a knife. I'm a fan. I enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is this something you carry? If you have been carrying it, what are your honest thoughts after carrying it for a while? I do greatly appreciate you guys tuning into the channel today. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys on the next video.